Hello friends! Welcome to My Witchy Kitchen. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Sandy, your crafty vegan witch. I'll be sharing with you all sorts of crafty creations here in My Witchy Kitchen. If you are not yet a subscriber, I hope that you'll take a moment, subscribe below. Soup season is upon us with the chilly weather, so I thought I would share with you today my favorite soup recipe. It's creamy potato soup. So easy to make. I did mine today in my VitaClay pot. Highly recommend getting one if you don't have one. If you don't though, you can cook this on the stovetop or Crockpot, Instapot, whatever works for you. For our ingredients for the potato soup, of course we'll need potatoes. I chose yellow potatoes for mine. Those are my favorite to use in the potato soup. The skins are thin, and when we use the immersion blender at the end, it'll become a nice creamy soup. If you use russet potatoes, I would recommend that you peel them first. Red potatoes, yellow potatoes, both of those are fine, just to dice up and cook and then use the immersion blender with. If you have the russet potatoes and you'd rather go for a chunky style, then go ahead, feel free to leave the peels on. It's your soup, get crafty. The base that I'm using in my soup today is a soup stock that I make. I make it from all of my scrap veggies, that way nothing goes to waste. I'll show you how to do that in a future episode. For your base, if you have a soup stock that you make, go ahead and make that and use it. This soup is really so simplistic though, you don't have to use anything. You can just use water. I have used water as base many times. Also, if you have like a veggie bouillon, you can throw that in, or a pre-made, veggie broth is fine as well. Again, it's your soup, get crafty. We'll also be using onion and garlic, and then for the seasoning, I just use salt, black pepper, and white pepper. Of course, if you'd like to get crafty and add some other seasonings in there, you are free to do so. So, again, just recap this. For your equipment, you are going to need your pot, whatever style pot you have decided to cook your soup in, and an immersion blender. That is the only equipment you need today. And then for ingredients, potatoes, onion, garlic, leeks if you have them are delicious. I just don't have any today. And then decide what your base is going to be. Are you going to use a soup stock, or are you just going to use water? So if you're ready, I'll show you how to get all of your ingredients prepped, and then you can be on your way to enjoying a delicious, warm, creamy bowl of potato soup. Let's get crafty! Now we'll start with our potatoes. I used about 2.5 pounds. You're going to dice and then transfer to a colander. Rinse well with cold water. Next, we're going to dice our onions. I used 2 medium red onions. And then we'll place that into the pot in which you're going to be cooking your soup. Add the potatoes, cover with either the soup stock or water, whichever you've chosen to use. I then add a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon each of black pepper and white pepper, a little garlic to taste, and then I cooked in my VitaClay pot on the soup setting. Now you'll see I have a beautiful soup to work with here. I used my immersion blender for about 2 minutes, got it nice and creamy. And then an optional ingredient, I added homemade cashew milk. This will just help to add to the creaminess, so feel free to throw in some milk or cream. And now we have delicious potato soup. So yummy! Enjoy! Potato soup. So simple, delicious, and a nice warming soup for this time of year. I hope you enjoyed that recipe. I must apologize that I forgot to mention the cashew milk I added at the end. That is an optional ingredient. It does enhance the creaminess though. That cashew milk that I added was a cashew milk that I made. I will share my cashew milk with you in the future. I promise. It is one of my most sought after recipes at my cafe. It's so delicious and creamy and oh, so yummy. I promise I'll be sharing that with you. So if you'd like to add a milk or some sort of a cream at the end, you can add a homemade milk that you have or any other nut-based milk. You could also add some of the gravy that we made a few episodes ago. I'll put a link to that down below in case you want to try it. I really hope that you've enjoyed today's episode. Please comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Give me some ideas of things you'd like to see in future episodes. And also, please do subscribe if you have not yet. I look forward to seeing you next time. And until then, my friends, remember to be crafty.